What's good with y'all boys, man? It's B-Man Reaction. Today we're back with another video by Omeezy, and it's titled Cooking with Kiya is Getting Cooked. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I did hear a little something about her getting cooked through the grapevine, but obviously, as y'all know, I haven't been uploading, so hello, welcome back. I don't know when this video will come out. I've just been recording a lot. Or not, I shouldn't even say a lot, just whenever I had the chance. I've been busy, and I only get busier as the days go on. I have a life outside of this shit. We're still on the come up though, I guess you could say. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video.
I'm just irritated. I feel like my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me, and I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Now, as much as I love cooking with Kiya, she can't act as if she doesn't play a part in some of these conversations.
She's definitely dodging accountability. Now, I will say, when I heard of Cooking with Kiya, she popped up on my TikTok one day. All I heard was, Cooking with Kiya, Cooking with Kiya, Cooking with Kiya, Cooking with Kiya. And she was shaking her ass a little bit with a plate of food, talking about something. If your man don't cook, if you don't cook for your man, I will, or I steal your man. I ain't gonna lie. She probably would steal a lot of y'all niggas, y'all girls. I mean, girls, she would definitely steal a lot of your niggas. I ain't gonna lie. To any girl that's watching this, your nigga would definitely get took by Cooking with Kiya. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyways, yeah, I already knew this was gonna happen. Especially black women, they was low key, and this also proves, not to go off on a tangent here, but this also proves that black women do not support other black women. Because when Cooking with Kiya was talking about some stuff with men, which I don't agree with everything she was doing, but black women was quick to judge and hate. God forbid a woman wants to cook and clean for her man. That's the only reason why a lot of niggas was really fucking with her, because she was giving off the image that she could cook or clean, which a lot of people call it misogynistic rhetoric, which I literally seen in the comments before clicking on this video. That's the misogynistic rhetoric and stuff like that, and traditional and being a pick me and all of that. You know how that shit goes, but yeah.
That's being had around her. When Cooking with Kiya first came onto the scene, I was one of the early adopters of her mantra, and just the whole movement that she had going on. I really appreciated that she was very catching with her jingle, introducing some sort of new content, and was putting a spin on the whole cooking content, while having a lot of the world either feeling her or upset at her because of the way that she was going about doing things.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little Cooking with Kiya hoe. First of all, I was on the phone with this dude the other day. He got to say, Cooking with Kiya, Cooking with Kiya. First of all, don't be saying that on my mother phone. Then, we'll make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little cat.
See, the girls that was really hating on Cooking with Kiya was either bitches that, and mind you, she is black. Well, she's light skinned, but obviously she's black, African American. It was either women who can't cook or know that they nigga could get took. Am I lying?
Emotional damage.
Come on now.
Cabbage, but all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing while she cooking. Like, girl, you was doing that for no reason. Like, it would have been cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck. My man is not allowed to watch Cooking with Kiya, period, point blank.
Crazy.
I don't care.
She captivated the world with her viral dance, the viral jingle, and shaking her ass while holding a plate of food, which is all good and dandy. Having a hook and a catchphrase while doing some sort of content usually gets people in it. And being popular by any means necessary by no means is a bad thing, except for when you continuously play into it, play it up, and it becomes your personality. And I think that that's what Cooking with Kiya is facing. It doesn't help that she's aligned herself with a lot of the people that the internet is having a hard time with right now. After Streamer University, she aligned herself with the likes of DDG, which the internet absolutely hates at the moment.
He's actually a genuine, nice person. Like, he is shark. He be sharking. But to me, he's just a genuine person. He's never been like a weirdo. He's never been like, he's very respectful.
I feel like as you get to know me more throughout these rounds, you will get to see my heart and see
here this
really,
nigga
type
go.
of person I really am. Because, you know, on the line, they paint me as a terrible person. But in real life,
Me too.
yeah, and I want to tell you in front of all these people, the hate that you getting is because you're pretty. That's it.
Actually, he actually isn't lying, because that is partially true. Actually, that's mostly true. Actually, it is true. He actually isn't lying when he says that.
That's some of the more recent and bigger issues that Cooking with Kiya is facing, is who she's aligning with. We cannot skip over the fact that her already persona has been amplified times 10 ever since she stepped into the WL community. And it's super strange because even before
What the fuck is the WL community? I keep on hearing that shit. And it's mostly by this nigga Omeezy.
when she first got onto the scene, it was very much a tamed and subdued version. I seen her do cooking streams with Ray. I'd seen her do cooking streams with Rakai. I'd seen her do cooking streams with even DDG, and they were simple and they were not as sexualized. But as time went on, we could.
And are you censoring yourself from saying sexualized? Boy, I tell you, that's how bad this generation has gotten. You can't even say certain shit. I can't even be surprised by that, because look at the world we're living in. The world has gone so far left that we need to overturn correction on the right. Can't even say certain words. Freedom of speech isn't free.
See her real colors coming out. You see, this community has a very, very strange relationship with women. And we've talked about it before, and of course we'll get into it again. But when a pretty woman, or hell, even any sort of woman is on screen, the object of the joke is them. The idea and what they're targeting is them. And 9 times out of 10 is sexualizing them. Now, I don't think that any of this stuff is inherently bad. Like, I'm about to show video with Kiya in some shorts. She's at the grocery store buying groceries. It's not necessarily bad. But the camera angles decided by the cameramen of these streamers is very, very telling.
And then
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Decided by the cameramen of these streamers is very, very telling.
Yeah, that nigga kind of zoomed in on her ass. I ain't gonna lie, that is wild. She do got cake stuff. I'm not trying to sexualize her, but I mean, she is thick. You can't knock what she got. But over here zooming in on it, knowing that most of your stream audience is kids watching this, zooming in on her cake is crazy, nigga.
and then like that. That's cool. And then melt that. And then rinse those off.
Okay, this one may not be intentional.
I don't even know what the fuck I want to say.
Alright, you ain't saving this one.
See, you talking about me? Look, I gotta call out.
Nah, I be dropping stuff a lot. They had a whole debate on Instagram talking about sour cream do not belong in macaroni.
90% of that conversation wasn't even about cooking. It was about sexual innuendos, and there wasn't really any learning involved at all. It was just, hey, this is her from behind, even though we could get another camera angle. This is her from behind, and hey, look at these little bitty shorts she's got on while we make jokes about macaroni noises. And I cut slack for cooking with Kiya, because I understand the game is game and it is what it is. But I already know from past situations with women in the WL, it's not a simple thing of just being on camera and making some jokes certain times. The community at large is going to sexualize you. This is a bunch of young and horny men ready, willing, and able to ship any relationship she's in with any sort of man, whether it be platonic or semi-romantic or whatever, or hell, even if they're just captured on screen together. We've gone through this with Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, Senna, and whoever else is in the WL. WL is just a certain community on Twitch. I know some of the older people have asked me to break that down before, but this is, you know, Aiden Ross, Agent 00, Kai Sinat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, DDG.
So basically, new age
streamer
is W.
For wins, loss. Is this a W a good thing or a L a bad thing?
Oh, okay, that's what
people were just making shipping jokes, and they went too far. And now people are like, "Oh, you slept with this person, did you, or whatever?" And I'm like, you know, for me, I just don't want that to be attached to my name because I did not have any relations with my friends. Do you know what I mean? Or my friend. And that person is my friend, and I want it to be that way, you know? At this point, it's being dragged. Like, it's just being dragged. So I would like it to just go away so that I can, like, not have people do that.
It seems like every woman in this community that I talk about, Senna, Lala Batiste yesterday with DDG, Zoe Spencer, Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, just about any woman, and now cooking with Kiya, seems to have some struggles with their perception in the community, romantic relationships, parasocial relationships, you know, just their presence being completely platonic when it comes to a lot of these people. And I already know that there are online pressures that a lot of these young women face when going into the online sphere that push them towards content like OnlyFans and, you know, playing into the sexuality. It's not just that easy to avoid. Most of the jokes surrounding them are normally sexual.
I'm gonna be honest, is it weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but
that's so...
Why would you say that?
Where it starts to go bad for a lot of them is when they participate in the joke, is when they start leading the conversations, and when these young women fall into the trap that this community has set. Which brings me back to Cooking with Kiya and her antics at Streamer University, and how I believe we got to the point where she is getting the hate that she is getting today. Cooking with Kiya was announced as a professor at Streamer University, where she was supposed to teach culinary classes, you know, be a personality, etc., etc. And while her star did take off there, it might have been for the wrong reasons in hindsight.
Definitely for
Now,
the
it
wrong
all started
reasons.
when she went to some sort of party where she was dancing with a couple of content creators, most notably Quan, the fashion
This nigga. This is what I mean when I say fashion niggas can't dress. What is this shit? He's wearing a white shirt, cool, with some black and orange and black Halloween decor, striped pants. These big ass flea with white laces for forces, black forces with white laces that have flea on it. I think that's FLEA. The jewelry is nice. The hair is cool, but this outfit is ass. I remember I seen DDG talking about how some niggas can't dress like most fashion niggas can't dress it, and it blows my mind to think that a lot of y'all niggas and bitches out here be calling this shit drip. Like, come on, bro. Why do y'all call this drip? Somebody in the comments tell me if this is drip or not. Cause me personally, this nigga put on some bullshit. This nigga got on some, and the pants is flooding, but you're still sagging. How does that work? How? And back in the day, Quan could kind of dress. Then he started doing bullshit. He could, and keyword here is kinda, but he still couldn't dress then. But it was better than what the fuck he got on now. The only thing that's saving it is his jewelry that he got on. Other than that, this is straight bullshit. Nigga don't know if he want to be a biker nigga, a chill outfit, YN kind of sorta, or a homosexual biker. This is exactly what this outfit just gives me. Homosexual biker. That shit is
content creator from TikTok, and she had her ass slapped on by him. Now, because this is the internet, obviously this was captured and sent out to the ethos, but what we did not know is that she had a boyfriend this whole time who was sitting at a hotel maybe a couple miles away consuming all this, and he proceeded to crash out on the internet, and rightfully so. Now, where Cooking with Kiya went wrong within this situation is not only going to a party and dancing with a guy and having him slap your ass.
Number one, she shouldn't. Now, I'm gonna start this off. She shouldn't have been there. Wrong one. She shouldn't. Hopefully y'all hear this one. I need to get this one louder, honestly. But she shouldn't have been there, number one. So that could have all been avoided had she not gone. Two, twerking at the club. Man, Lord have mercy. Honestly, it's no reason for a guy or a girl to ever go to the club if you're in a relationship. That's really single nigga shit and single bitch shit. But nowadays, that's labeled insecure, controlling, and toxic. But
claiming that you didn't feel it. That story felt like rubbish. But regardless of that, coming to the internet and publicly addressing it in the way that she did is where she lost a lot of her credibility, and where a lot of credibility to the quote unquote hoe phase name or whatever that she's getting, which I don't believe in. I think that's totally disrespectful, but this is just what the internet is calling her. They got a lot of it from her response, which was bad, and it was led by something in her early 20s.
I'm not going to speak on his situation because I did have, I'm not going to sit here and cap. Of course I have feelings for him, but I feel like he really did the most about this situation, and the way he's trying to slander my name like I'm a whore. First of all, if I was one, that would be embarrassing for you. Like, why would you stay with a whore? Why would you cry for a whore when she says she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship? Why would you literally cry? Y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry, but it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like every time I tell you anything like that, like you should take, like that should be a good thing. I just want you to be established. That's all I want.
And so what a lot of people
she ain't wrong for wanting a nigga to be somewhat established in terms of having like goals and ambitions. Honestly, if you're a nigga that doesn't have goals and ambitions, you definitely shouldn't be dating, because you still should be climbing for the top, especially if you understand women and women nature. and their hypergamous nature. Now I will say I did see this clip that he's played specifically on a TikTok, and boy, oh boy, some of the shit she was saying was, ooh, boy, I would have been fuming.
From that, and probably what I did too, is that being around all these other established content creators let her be wild and free and forget about the commitment that she made at home. Regardless of anything, there were some conversations it seemed like that were had beforehand, and she decided to go ahead and not acknowledge them, or just go against them when she got to Streamer University. Then in front of the millions of people watching this content, she emasculates him, talks about how he's crying, talks about how he's not getting any money, all these different things. And I can see why the dog piling is coming. Like, I can hear the barking in my ear. Now, if these are her true feelings, I would think that she would just not have this conversation online, because this does not seem like it's for public consumption. But so naturally, people were going to be ticked off about this, and the fact that right after the apology, she got into more twerking.
Nice ass, but doing this, especially after you got into it, honestly, even if you aren't a hoe, you're proving his point. And to the dude who, her ex, he was a streamer. He didn't stream I think he streamed consistently, and then when he got with Cooking with Kiya, he wasn't streaming as much. But I ain't gonna lie, you can't say, oh, I'm not a whore, for you to make it seem like I am a whore, this and that, and then in the same notion you start twerking as you're talking about how you're not being a whore. You're proving his point.
And I would say that that was the only sexual acts and playing into the sexual conversations that Kiya did at Streamer University, but I would be totally wrong. There was also videos of her having not one, but two nip slips and then laughing about it. And I can't show them, but trust me, they're out there. I don't even think that they're actual nip slips. It's just playing into the sexual nature of the whole matter. So when you play into the sexual manner, this group is already sexualizing you. The outcomes, obviously, later down the line are going to come affect you. There are going to be people that are calling you names. There are going to be people that are bashing you. And then when you're having serious issues online with your mental health and stability, people aren't going to take it seriously.
Talking about the LOL bloopers. Get to the twerking part.
It don't look like it no more. It don't look good.
Y'all know nigga don't be giving no fuck. Get to the part that's good.
Food.
That food does look good. I ain't gonna lie.
Cooking with Kiya. Cooking with Kiya. Cooking with Kiya.
Time to hit the gym, my boy. Time to hit the gym, my boy.
Now, mind you, that's the same stream where she decided to end early because she was feeling very emotional about the hate that she was getting. Look, I'm not saying the conversations that people are having about Kiya are cool or right, because I've seen some out-of-pocket name calling when it comes to her. But I do believe that she is now starting to play into that conversation and culture that surrounds women in the WL. She went on an E-Date last night, featured by Aiden Ross and a bunch of other streamers.
Oh, look at this nigga DDG.
Naturally, there's going to be some discourse about that. I mean, the parasocial epidemic is outrageous. My word of advice to her, and I know people are going to make it seem like I'm hating, but trust me when I say this is coming from a place of genuine care for her mental stability and all this. She just lost her sister not too long ago, and it seems like she's actually really going through some stuff, especially as a young woman with all this fame and, this seemingly fortune coming into her existence. Kiya, this community sexualizes women. Full stop. It is very easy to play into those conversations, but once you are in it, it is also very hard to get that stigma off.
Damn near impossible.
Play the game
honestly.
smart. Play the game the right way. Otherwise, there's going to be more days of hate. And while people are telling you, hey, that's hate, don't worry about it, just keep doing you, they will keep featuring you on their videos and getting higher views and higher views because you are an attractive woman, while you have to deal with the misery, while you have to deal with the pain, while you have to deal.
Yeah, he isn't lying about that. What I would say to you, Cooking with Kiya, if you ever were to stumble across this video or somebody send it to her, just clip it up for me and then send this part right here. Honestly, when it comes to the hate, you just gotta ignore the hate and just keep on doing what made you famous. Obviously, now it's going to be harder for you to do regular content because now you're known as the sexualized woman, the girl with the fat ass that can cook. You came in the gate strong, but now you're starting to get to the point where it's like everybody's going to know you for your ass. And in this community, the WL community, which I now know what it is, they're going to sexualize the fuck out of you. And it's only going to get worse. And then you already know women ain't on your side because they don't like women that benefit men, especially not them raging leftists. But you just got to I say kind of rebrand yourself, and if you need to, take a break from content and then come back up and do like a little bit of collabing and do some other content. Just keep it cooking, keep it basic, keep it cute, I guess. But other than that, this video was a good video overall. It wasn't bad. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope y'all boys enjoyed it. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.